Do you feel like you don't speak enough Italian? That you need to know more words? Then stick around. With these lessons, you'll pick up some of the most common words in just a few minutes. Now, this video is a small portion of our learning program. To get the full lessons, translations, and Fluency Fast study tools, click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account.
Hi guys, welcome to ItalianPod101.com. My name is Ilaria, nice to meet you, and today we're going to talk about the 20 travel phrases you should know. So something quite usual if it happens that, for instance, you're going to travel in my country, in Italy. So let's start. Potrei avere una mappa? Could I get a map? Potrei avere una mappa? Could I get a map? Is actually something really useful, especially if you find yourself in a situation where you don't know where you are and you want to ask someone help. Let's say you're going to a local shop and you say, potrei avere una mappa? Parla inglese? Do you speak English? Another useful phrase is, parla inglese? Do you speak English? This is something really, really useful when you are abroad and you want to know if someone speaks English and you say, parla inglese? C'è un autobus dall'aeroporto alla città? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? C'è un autobus dall'aeroporto alla città? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? This is specifically from the airport to the city, so dall'aeroporto alla città, from the airport to the city. Dov'è la stazione? Where is the train station? Dov'è la stazione? Where is the train station? So in this case, dov'è la stazione is a bit generic in Italian because you can say where is the train station, which is dov'è la stazione dei treni, but you can also say dov'è la stazione del bus, where is the autobus station, you know. You should be like specific because people they might ask you which station are you looking for, train station or bus station, because they are quite different. Sometimes they are in different places in Italy. Mi scusi, qual è la tariffa? Excuse me, what's the fare? Mi scusi, qual è la tariffa? Excuse me, what's the fare? You can also say, mi scusi, quanto costa? È questo l'autobus giusto per l'aeroporto? Is this the right bus for the airport? È questo l'autobus giusto per l'aeroporto? Is this the right bus for the airport? You can also say this with trains, with any kind of public transport really, you know? And also, è questo il treno giusto per l'aeroporto? La connessione Wi-Fi è gratuita? Is the Wi-Fi free? La connessione Wi-Fi è gratuita? Is the Wi-Fi free? Then you can check your maps, you know, watch for public transport yourself, you know. You can also say, avete Wi-Fi? Which is actually pretty much the same, they will understand what you're talking about. Ha qualche posto libero per stasera? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Ha qualche posto libero per stasera? Do you have any vacancies tonight? In this case, you are talking about hotel rooms or, you know, any kind of place where you can spend the night, where you are abroad as an hotel or a B&B or an apartment, you know. And you can actually say, avete qualche posto libero? Potrei spostarmi in una camera diversa? Could I move to a different room? Potrei spostarmi in una camera diversa? Could I move to a different room? So let's say you just find an hotel, but they give you like a very small room and you need more things, and you can just say, avete un'altra camera? You know, they will understand that you want to change your room basically. Ho prenotato. I have a reservation. Ho prenotato. I have a reservation. So basically when you say ho prenotato means that you have booked. Potremmo avere il menù per favore? Could we have the menu please? So this is about the food. In English you say, could we have the menu please? And so in Italian you say, potremmo avere il menù per favore? Potremmo, if you are like loads of people, but if you are by yourself, you say, potrei avere il menù per favore? I mean, they will understand exactly what you're talking about. Potrei avere il conto? Could I have the check? Potrei avere il conto? Could I have the check? The check is the bill. You finish to eat and you want to know how much the amount, that you have to pay for. So you say, potrei avere il conto per favore? Sono allergico alle arachidi. I am allergic to peanuts. Sono allergico alle arachidi. I am allergic to peanuts. This is very important, especially if you're allergic to some food, to avoid any problems when you are around for your holidays, you know. And this is actually a very good example when you say sono allergico. Allergico means that you have an allergy, so you are not able to get this food. So sono allergico alle arachidi, sono allergico al gluten, which means like I'm allergic to gluten, for instance, you know, and so on. Acqua, per favore. Water, please. Acqua, per favore. Water, please. Quanto costa? How much is this? Quanto costa? How much is this? Also, you can say, mi potrebbe dire quanto costa, per favore? Which means like, could I know how much is that, please, you know? Ne vorrei 10 di questi. I'd like 10 of these. Ne vorrei 10 di questi. I'd like 10 of these. Which is like, let's say you saw something and you want to know just the quantity, you want more than one, you know, and you say ne vorrei uno, like I want one, ne vorrei due, I want two, and so on, you know, and let's say in this case it's ne vorrei 10. Vorrei questo. I'd like this. Vorrei questo. There is just one particular thing that just grab your attention and you say I want this. Vorrei questo. Potrebbe farmi uno sconto? Could you give me a discount? Potrebbe farmi uno sconto? Could you give me a discount? So this is quite important, especially if you get around quite often and you want to have discounts on things. Let's say you want to buy you buy like a bunch of things and you want a discount from the seller and you say posso avere lo sconto per favore? Accettate le carte di credito? Do you take credit card? Accettate la carta di credito? Do you take credit cards? Potrebbe farmi una foto per favore? Could you take a picture of me, please? Potrebbe farmi una foto per favore? Could you take a picture of me, please? That might be happening, you know, you are in front of a very important monument and you want someone to make a photo of you. And then you say, potrebbe farmi una foto per favore? With this nice question, we actually reached the end of our lesson, guys. Thanks very much for listening to us, as usual. Please watch us, comment, subscribe, and give us some tips about what you want to know next in our lovely Italian language. From ItalianPod101.com, that's it. Thanks very much for listening and take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, I'm Desiree, and today we're gonna check together the 10 questions that you should know. Come stai? How are you? In a basic conversation, this would be maybe the first question that people ask you. For example, ciao, come stai? Ciao, bene, tu? Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks, you? Cos'hai detto? What did you say? This is a useful question. You can also add, can you repeat, please? Puoi ripetere, per favore? If you say this in a bad way, like, che cosa hai detto? What did you say? Che cosa hai detto su di me? What did you say about me? It can also be a starting point for a discussion, for an argument. Just go with the plain tone. Cosa hai detto? Puoi ripetere? That's why I advise you to add puoi ripetere per favore? Can you repeat, please? Di dove sei? Where are you from? I'm from Italy. Sono italiana. This is a question that usually refers to your country, to your nationality. Dov'è il bagno? Where's the bathroom? You can use this question with everything you need to know the place of. For example, dov'è la cucina? Where is the kitchen? Dov'è l'ufficio? Where's the office? Dov'è la scuola? Where's the school? Just put the place that you need to know about after dove è. You can also put a street name. Dove è Via della Francia, for example. Dove abiti? Where do you live? This is more specific than di dove sei. For example, when you already know where the person you're talking to comes from, you can add dove abiti? For example, I live in Turin. Io abito a Torino. By the way, if you don't know it, it's a city in the north of Italy, like here. Dove abiti can also refer to what kind of a house do you have? Like, are you living in an apartment, or a mansion, or a house? Yeah, you can ask this question with dove abiti. Dove lavori? Where do you work? It's another easy question that people would ask you when you're talking about yourself, and you can answer Io lavoro all'aeroporto. I work at the airport, for example. Or I work at the supermarket. Lavoro al supermercato. Che lavoro fai? What kind of work do you do? What is your job? Another question that would come together with dove lavori can be che lavoro fai? What job do you do? What's your job? Qual è il tuo lavoro? Quanti anni hai? How old are you? As I said in another video, in Italian you don't answer I am 20, sono 20 anni, but you say I have 20 years old. Io ho 20 anni. Dove hai imparato l'italiano? Where did you learn Italian? Ho imparato l'italiano a scuola. I learned Italian at school. I learned Italian by myself. Ho imparato l'italiano da solo. Another question that would come together with dove hai imparato l'italiano, or another way of asking this would be come hai imparato l'italiano? How did you learn Italian? And you can answer, for example, I learned Italian listening to songs. Ho imparato l'italiano ascoltando canzoni. If you manage, that's great, for real. Bravo. Ti piace la cucina italiana? Do you like Italian food? For example, lasagne, pizza, gelato. I can go on forever, but I will stop here and tell you that another question that will come for sure is qual è il tuo piatto italiano preferito? What is your favorite Italian dish? That was the last of our 10 questions you should know. Please let me know if you have other questions you would like to know about, and remember to subscribe. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.
Now, if you're wondering how to remember these words forever so that you can start speaking more and more, here's how. 1. Review them with our spaced repetition flashcards. Our flashcards will drill these words into your long-term memory. 2. Save the words to our word bank, your personal collection of words, where you can print out physical study sheets. And 3. Watch our looped vocabulary slideshows on repeat until you understand every word. You'll find these tools inside our learning program. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Italian listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
Una donna sta chiedendo qualcosa ad un commesso in una libreria. Quale libro voleva vedere la donna? Mi scusi, vorrei dare un'occhiata ad un libro su quello scaffale.
Quale libro vorrebbe?
Il libro sulle macchine.
Aspetti un attimo, per favore. Questo?
Esatto!
Eccolo.
Quale libro voleva vedere la donna? Una donna sta chiedendo qualcosa ad un commesso in una libreria. Quale libro voleva vedere la donna? Mi scusi, vorrei dare un'occhiata ad un libro su quello scaffale.
Quale libro vorrebbe?
Il libro sulle macchine.
Aspetti un attimo, per favore. Questo?
Esatto!
Eccolo.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Hi everyone! Welcome to the Ultimate Italian Pronunciation Guide. In this series, you'll master Italian pronunciation. Proper pronunciation is essential in Italian, and in this series, you'll learn it in a fast, comprehensive, and easy way. In this first lesson, you'll learn about the building blocks of the Italian pronunciation system that will help you in future lessons. The letters used in Italian are the same as the letters you use in English, with only the exception of a few accents on some of the letters. But be careful not to fall into a very common trap. As you're learning to speak correctly, you shouldn't concern yourself with all the letters. That's right, forget them. You care about the sounds of Italian, and here they are. There are 24 consonant sounds and 7 vowel sounds. You can form every single word in Italian by using these sounds. Still seem complicated? Well, how about this? Of the 24 consonant sounds in Italian, you already know 19 of them. That's right. If you're a native English speaker, then you already make these sounds every day. You can also ignore 5 of the vowel sounds for the same reason. The only things standing between you and perfect Italian pronunciation are 5 new consonant and 2 new vowel sounds. You can handle that. Now let me introduce Desiree, who will be helping you to master these new sounds.
Ciao, sono Desiree.
Desiree will be giving you native pronunciation examples for you to imitate. But for this first lesson, just sit back and listen to the unique sounds of Italian.
Zaino, maglia, gnocco, torta, indirizzo, vero, come.
In the next lesson, we'll look at the top 5 pronunciation mistakes Italian learners make. You'll want to make sure not to fall into these common traps. After that, we'll begin going through the vowels and consonants of Italian. This is your chance to learn how to correctly say all of the words you just heard. We'll finish up the series by covering some special topics that will really make your Italian sound natural. To close this lesson, here's a question for you. Why is it important to spend time on learning proper pronunciation, even if you're already an advanced speaker? The answer, you will be understood, and this will help you build more confidence as you communicate in Italian. For beginners, you're creating a strong foundation to build on. And for more advanced students, this is your chance to improve your accent and lose any bad habits you may have picked up. See you in the next Ultimate Italian Pronunciation Guide lesson. Hi everyone! Welcome to the Ultimate Italian Pronunciation Guide. In this lesson, you'll learn the top 5 Italian pronunciation mistakes to avoid. These are common mistakes that Italian learners tend to make, so pay close attention and make sure that you don't make these same mistakes too. Are you ready? Then let's get started. Number 1. Not enunciating the vowels enough. Italian pronunciation is based on syllables where vowel sounds are predominant. Many students of Italian do not enunciate the vowel sounds enough, which makes their pronunciation sound unnatural. To correct this, you should try to open your mouth and let the air pour out, pronouncing each and every syllable clearly. Pay attention to the way Desiree enunciates the vowel sound in each syllable and try to imitate her. Listen to the example.
Roma, barone, buongiorno.
Number 2. Shortening double consonant sounds. This is a common mistake because many students aren't aware that double consonants are actually pronounced for a longer duration in Italian than they are in English. To solve this problem, try to lengthen the sound a little bit longer than you would in English. In the following examples, pay attention to the duration that the double consonant sound is held for and try to imitate it for yourself.
Motto, valle, spesso.
Number 3. Not pronouncing rolled R's correctly.
R,
This is arguably the most difficult sound for Italian learners to pronounce correctly. It's quite a complex sound, and in fact, it's one of the last sounds that Italian children learn how to pronounce. The only way to solve this problem is to keep listening to native Italian speakers and practicing it yourself, or practicing with us. Listen to the following examples.
3. Parco, radio, frigorifero.
We'll learn more about this sound in Lesson 7. Number 4. Mispronouncing the G and L sounds together. This is another sound that's difficult for Italian learners to pronounce.
Gli,
It's a peculiar sound because it sounds somewhat like an English L, but not exactly. The problem arises when speakers begin substituting the regular L for this sound. Listen to Desiree and pay attention to the way it's pronounced in the following words.
maglia, meglio, aglio.
Don't worry if you don't get it straight away, because we'll break down this sound in Lesson 6. Number 5, mispronouncing the C and I sounds together.
Ci,
This sound is identical to the ch in church. The only difference, though, is that it's stressed even more in Italian than it is in English. Listen to the example.
cucina, Lucia,
Notice how the ch sound is more stressed in Italian than it is in English? Be mindful about pronouncing the ch sound when speaking in Italian. Now you know the top 5 Italian pronunciation mistakes to avoid. Try to be careful so that you don't commit these same mistakes. Still feel a bit worried? Over the rest of this series, we'll cover all of these topics in depth. In the next lesson, we'll start learning vowel sounds in Italian. Which of these 5 mistakes is the hardest to avoid? Have you learned any tricks to deal with them? Let us know in the comments. Stick with us and you'll overcome these quickly. See you in the next Ultimate Italian Pronunciation Guide lesson. Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. Save them to the word bank, your personal vocabulary collection, where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow, and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools.
Ciao a tutti, sono Consuelo. Hi everybody, I'm Consuelo and welcome back to ItalianPod101.com's Italiano in 3 minuti, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Italian. In the last lesson, we learned how to count in Italian. I hope you spent enough time practicing the numbers. They will be useful for this lesson because we're going to learn how to ask how much is it? The phrase how much is it is quanto costa? Quanto costa? Are you ready for some unchecked shopping in Italy? Let's practice together. The first thing to say to a shop clerk is scusi. Do you remember what that means? Excuse me. So, scusi, quanto costa? Scusi, quanto costa? If we want to be more specific when asking how much is this, we should add questo when referring to a masculine object or questa when referring to a feminine object. Quanto costa questo? Quanto costa questa? For example, hat is a masculine noun. Cappello. Scusi, quanto costa questo cappello? And what about feminine nouns? Skirt in Italian is feminine. Gonna. So, scusi, quanto costa questa gonna? At this point, the shop clerk can answer by saying costa bla bla bla, sono bla bla bla, fanno bla bla bla. For example, sono 39 euro, fanno 39 euro, or costa 39 euro. What number is 39? I'm not telling you. Okay, it's 39. It costs 39 euros. Now it's time for Consuelo's tips. A quicker way to ask how much is quant'è, which literally means how much is. Even when you ask for an espresso at the counter of an Italian bar, you can ask the cashier, un espresso, per favore. Quant'è? One espresso, please. How much is it? So, don't forget that Italian streets are full of stands, and in most little towns you can easily find local markets with many stands where you can buy absolutely everything. At this point, can you count euros in Italian? We are going to learn how to do this and much more in the next lesson. We'll be waiting for you in our next Italiano in 3 minuti lesson.
Ciao, alla prossima lezione!
Hi, welcome to Introduction to Italian. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined by...
Hi everyone, I'm Marika.
In this lesson, you'll learn the basics of Italian grammar. Word order refers to the order in which words are structured to form a sentence in a given language. Consider the English sentence, I ate an apple. But first, let's remove the article an here for simplicity. So we're just left with I ate apple. The basic word order for English is subject, verb, object, or SVO for short. If we break down the English sentence, I ate apple, we can see that the subject I is presented first, followed by the verb ate, and then finally the object apple is positioned last. This is the basic word order for sentences in English.
Now let's compare that same sentence, I ate an apple, in Italian. Io ho mangiato una mela. Like before, let's remove the article to keep it simple, so we are just left with the words. If we break down the Italian sentence, we get the subject io, meaning I, then comes the verb ho mangiato, meaning ate, and finally we have the object mela, meaning apple. The basic word order for Italian then is SVO. It's the same as English.
This means that you can convert an English sentence into Italian simply by replacing the English words with Italian words, and you'll still be understood.
Italian word order, however, is much more flexible than English. If we swapped the subject and object around, we'd get apple ate I in English, which changes the meaning of the sentence completely. In Italian, however, the core meaning of the sentence does not change. It would still essentially be I ate apple. Mela ho mangiato io.
As you can see, the word order of Italian is quite flexible. More often than not, if you wanted to say I ate an apple in Italian, you would not say
Io ho mangiato una mela.
Instead, you would more likely say ate an apple in Italian.
Ho mangiato una mela. This is because Italian is a null subject language where the word for the pronoun is omitted because it's already implied.
This is because all of the information can be derived from the way the verb is conjugated in the sentence.
For example, the verb aprire means to open. When you conjugate it, it changes according to the subject. Hai aperto la scatola means you opened the box. Hanno aperto la scatola means they opened the box. Let's take a look at another example. Tornare means to return. Siamo tornati a casa in treno means we return home by train. Sono tornata a casa in treno means I return home by train.
Can you see how the subject changes based on the way the verb is conjugated in the sentence?
Okay, let's move on. Negating a sentence in Italian is incredibly simple. All you have to do is to put the word non in front of the verb.
Let's go back to the original example, I ate an apple. The verb here is ate, or
Ho mangiato. In Italian. Ho mangiato una mela. To make this sentence negative, simply add non before the verb ho mangiato. Non ho mangiato una mela.
If it were Carla ate an apple, it would be
Carla ha mangiato una mela. Adding non before the verb would make it negative. Carla non ha mangiato una mela. Siamo tornati a casa in treno. Non siamo tornati a casa in treno. You can create any negative sentence in Italian simply by adding non before the verb.
Asking a question in Italian is even easier than making it negative. All you have to do is simply raise the pitch at the end of a sentence to turn it into a question.
Hai aperto la scatola. Hai aperto la scatola?
No rearranging of words is needed.
Hai aperto la scatola. Hai aperto la scatola?
You can create any basic yes-no questions in Italian this way.
If you want to be a little more specific, simply add the question word in front of the question. For example, perché means why. Perché hai aperto la scatola? Quando means when. Quando hai aperto la scatola? And come means how. Come hai aperto la scatola?
Now you know how to create questions in Italian. Well done! We've covered a lot of things in this lesson, so let's recap what we've learned. In this lesson, you learned that Italian sentences can be formed using a subject, verb, object, or SVO word order. Italian tends to omit the subject if that subject is a pronoun. You make a sentence negative by adding non before the verb. To turn a sentence into a question, simply raise your pitch at the end. And if you want to be more specific, just add a question word at the beginning of the question. We've covered only the very basics of Italian grammar. If you're interested in learning more, check out our Italian in 3 Minutes video series. In that course, we teach you useful phrases while covering the fundamentals of Italian grammar, and each lesson is only 3 minutes long. In the next lesson, we'll introduce you to the basics of Italian writing. See you in the next lesson. Bye!
Bye!
In this video, you'll learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Italian. Hi everybody, my name is Felice. Welcome to the 800 Core Italian Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Italian. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So after you have learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at italianpod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Italian. Okay, let's get started. First is fuori, outside, fuori, fuori, outside. Oggi fuori fa molto freddo. Today is very cold outside. Oggi fuori fa molto freddo. Dentro. Inside. Dentro. Dentro. Inside. Andiamo dentro la chiesa. Let's go inside the church. Andiamo dentro la chiesa. Sinistra. Left. Sinistra. Sinistra. Left. A quell'angolo gira a sinistra. At that corner, turn left. A quell'angolo gira a sinistra. Destra. Right. Destra. Destra. Right. E a destra, passata la rotonda. It's on the right, going over the roundabout. È a destra, passata la rotonda. Primo. First. Primo. Primo. First. Cosa c'è per primo? What's there for first course? Cosa c'è per primo? Secondo. Second. Secondo. Secondo. Second. Scendi al secondo piano. Go down to the second floor. Scendi al secondo piano. Terzo. Third. Terzo. Terzo. Third. La nascita del mio terzo nipotino mi ha reso molto felice. The birth of my third nephew made me so happy. La nascita del mio terzo nipotino mi ha reso molto felice. Sapone. Soap. Sapone. Sapone. Soap. Ho finito il sapone. I finished the soap. Ho finito il sapone. Spazzolino. Toothbrush. Spazzolino. Spazzolino. Toothbrush. Ho dimenticato il mio spazzolino. I forgot my toothbrush. Ho dimenticato il mio spazzolino. Dentifricio. Toothpaste. Dentifricio. Dentifricio. Toothpaste. Abbiamo finito il dentifricio. We are out of toothpaste. Abbiamo finito il dentifricio. Shampoo. 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 Oggi ho comprato un nuovo shampoo. I bought a new shampoo today. Oggi ho comprato un nuovo shampoo. Informazione. Information. Informazione. Informazione. Information. Grazie dell'informazione. Thank you for the information. Grazie dell'informazione. Contadino. Farmer. Contadino. Contadino. Farmer. Mio nonno era un contadino. My grandfather was a farmer. Mio nonno era un contadino. Segretaria. Secretary. segretaria, segretaria, secretary. Dovresti prendere una segretaria. You should get a secretary. Dovresti prendere una segretaria. Banchiere. Banker. Banchiere. Banchiere. Banker. Mio fratello è un banchiere. My brother is a banker. Mio fratello è un banchiere. Scrittore. Writer. Scrittore. Scrittore. Writer. Lavoro come dentista, ma veramente vorrei essere uno scrittore. I work as a dentist, but I really want to be a writer. Lavoro come dentista, ma veramente vorrei essere uno scrittore. Provare. Try. Provare. Provare. Try. Posso provare questi pantaloni? Can I try on these pants? Posso provare questi pantaloni? Misurare. Measure. Misurare. Misurare. Measure. Il sarto misura la stoffa. The tailor measures the fabric. Il sarto misura la stoffa. Tenere. Keep. Tenere. Tenere. Keep. È meglio tenere la spazzatura fuori casa. It is better to keep the garbage out of the house. È meglio tenere la spazzatura fuori casa. Aspettare. Wait. Aspettare. Aspettare. Wait. Non fate aspettare gli ospiti. Don't make the guests wait. Non fate aspettare gli ospiti. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at italianpod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time! A presto!
Hi guys, I'm Desiree and today we're gonna do the top 25 Italian nouns. Let's start with the first one. Cosa. Thing. Cosa means thing, so you can use it to ask about something you don't really know the name of, like che cosa è quello? What's that thing? But in Italian it's really useful because you can use it when you don't understand what someone said, like cosa? What? Can you repeat it? That's the meaning of cosa. Also, you can use it to say in different situations, like what are you gonna do tonight? Cosa farai stasera? Or Cosa ti piace mangiare? What do you like to eat? Anno, year. Anno means year, and you can use it to ask how old are you, so quanti anni hai? Uomo, man. Who is that man? Chi è quell'uomo? That man is my father. Quell'uomo è mio padre. Giorno, day. Giorno means day, and you can use it to know which day of the week are you in, like che giorno è oggi? Which day is it today? Lunedì, Monday, or you can say buongiorno, that means good day or good morning. Volta, time. Volta means time, like let me pay this time. Fai pagare me questa volta. Or once upon a time, c'era una volta. Also, we have a way of using that it's a bit scary. Like, I remember my teacher saying to me, questa volta passi, ma la prossima. And this is not a good sign. Anyway, so it means this time is okay, but the next one, and they don't finish the phrase, that it's the most scary thing. But be careful not to use volta asking for what time is it, because that's a different word, and it will be che ore sono. Casa, home. A casa can be big or small, but the best thing is when people tell you that your casa is accogliente. That means that they feel at their home even if it's not. So you can say, do you want to come to my home tonight? Vuoi venire a casa mia stasera? Parte, part. Parte means part, so it can be the first part of a movie, la prima parte di un film, or when you take part in something, so some kind of events, quando prendi parte a degli eventi. Vita, life. Vita, that means life. Life is beautiful, la vita è bella. Or if you say vita mia, it will be like, you're my life. Tempo, weather. Tempo means weather, but be careful because tempo also means time. But in this case, it means weather. So il tempo è bello oggi means the weather is nice today. Yes. Donna, women. Donna means woman, and what kind of woman would you like to be? Che tipo di donna vorresti essere? Talking about me, I'm the kind of woman who likes shoes. Sono il tipo di donna a cui piacciono le scarpe. Mano, hand. Mano means hand, and la mia mano è grossa. My hand is big, or my hand is small. La mia mano è piccola. In Italian, you can ask for a girl's hand. That means if she wants to marry you. So, posso avere la tua mano? Can I have your hand? Posso avere la tua mano. Occhio, eye. Occhio means eye. My eyes are blue. I miei occhi sono blu. But we use it also to say watch out. So if you're in the street and a car is coming and people say occhio, that means watch out. Ora, time. Ora means time, and you use that to ask what time is it, che ora è. Or you can also hear people saying che ore sono, so in the plural way, but the meaning is the same. Ora also means now, something that is happening right now. So, are we going? Yes. Stiamo andando? Sì. When? Quando? Ora. It's strong, a strong way to say right now, now we're going. Signore, mister. Signore means mister, so you use that with people that you don't really know. Maybe you can say, mi scusi, signore, excuse me, mister, and then add your info that you need to know. Even if it's not the same in English, in Italian, if you see signore written with a big S, it can refer to God. Paese, country. Paese means country, and when people ask you da dove vieni, where are you from, even if they don't mention the word paese, it still means where are you from, which country are you from. Also, we have a way of saying that it's paese che vai, usanza che trovi. It means country you go, tradition that you find. So basically, it means that every country has its own culture. Momento, moment. Momento means moment, so can you wait a moment, please? Puoi aspettare un momento, per favore? Modo, way. Like, what's the best way to get a promotion? Qual è il modo migliore per avere una promozione? And that's a good question. My tip is just be yourself, so you don't stress too much. If it goes well, it's okay, otherwise, you didn't lose anything. Parola, word. Parola means word, so how do you say this word? Come dici questa parola? Also in Italian, if someone is not talking anymore, you can ask them, did you lose your words? Hai perso la parola? Padre, father. Padre means father. For example, my father is a judo teacher. Mio padre è un insegnante di judo. It's fun to do sports with my father. È divertente fare sport con mio padre. If you're talking with your dad, you would say papà. Padre is a bit formal. Punto, point. Punto means point, but for us it's more like dot because we refer to what you put at the end of the phrase. But if you're discussing something, you can say the point is, il punto è, when you would say we're done in English, in Italian it can be punto. That's it. Basta, non voglio più parlarne, punto. Stop it, I don't want to talk anymore. That's it. Lavoro, job. Lavoro means job, so what's your job? Qual è il tuo lavoro? I work at the airport, so il mio lavoro è all'aeroporto. Stato, state. Stato, that means state, has two meanings. The first one can be sono in uno stato pietoso, that means like I'm in a really bad state, don't look at me, I just finished my daily jogging and just don't stay near me. The second one is where do you come from, so which state are you from? Il mio stato è l'Italia, so my state is Italy. Caso, case. Caso means case, and here too we have different meanings. The first one can be by accident, so by chance, we met by chance, l'ho incontrato per caso, or case, like it depends, case by case, dipende, caso per caso. And the last one that can be, I didn't pay attention on that, non ci ho fatto caso, I'm not sure about that, I don't know. Città, town. Città means town. Da che città vieni? Which town do you come from? Or also, la mia città è al nord dell'Italia. My city is in the north of Italy. Animale, animal. Animale means animal. What's your favorite animal? My favorite one is a panda. Qual è il tuo animale preferito? Il mio animale preferito è un panda. That's it for today, guys, with the top 25 Italian nouns. And remember to subscribe. Ciao! Can you put that at the end? Hi guys, I'm Desiree and I'm here with the top 25 Italian adjectives. Let's go! Grande, big. My hand is big. La mia mano è grande. The word is big. It's a big, big word. Il mondo è grande. Molto, molto grande. Piccolo, small. I have a small dog. Ho un piccolo cane. But it's not true. Do you have some animals? Dolce, sweet. Oh no, there's sweet now. Il gelato è molto dolce. Ice cream is really sweet. You can also use this adjective on people. You're a sweet person. Sei una persona dolce. Diverso, different. People should respect different ways of thinking. La gente dovrebbe rispettare i diversi modi di pensare. In Italian, when you're discussing and you just want to say, no, it's not like that, you can say, no, è diverso. No, it's different. Primo, first. I was the first in my class. Ero la prima nella mia classe. And that's why I didn't have friends. No, it's not true. Ultimo, last. As the English last but not least, in Italian we have ultimo ma non meno importante. That means but not less important. Remember, last ones will be the first ones. Gli ultimi saranno i primi. Anziano, old. Oh my god, anziano, old. This word doesn't really mean old because the word for old is vecchio. But you can't say that referring to people. So if you're talking about someone that is older than you would say anziano. We should respect older people. Dovremmo rispettare gli anziani. Lascia il posto a quell'anziano laggiù. Give your seat up to that old person. Giovane, young. La cosa importante è avere uno spirito giovane. The important thing is to have a young spirit. It's a young poet. È un giovane poeta. Carino, pretty. Oh, that child is so pretty. Oh, quel bambino è così carino. What do you think of this dress? Cosa pensi di questo vestito? Yeah, it's pretty. Sì, è carino. Because it doesn't really mean that something is fabulous, but still, it's not bad. Bello, beautiful. That's something that you really like. What a beautiful dress. Che bel vestito. What a beautiful woman. Che bella donna. But be careful when you address to something plural, because it's bei capelli, beautiful hair, or begli occhi, beautiful eyes. Brutto, ugly. It's something that you don't like, but it doesn't really have to be just about appearance. Like, what an ugly dress, che brutto vestito, but also I got a bad mark would be ho preso un brutto voto. Buono, good. You can use that for food, of course. It's really good, it's really buono. Buonissimo, it's the best. Or even for other things. For example, I got my exams back and they're really good. Ho avuto I miei risultati e sono buoni. Cattivo, bad. The service was great, but the food was bad. Il servizio era ottimo, ma il cibo era cattivo. Or something like cattivo cane, bad dog, bad dog. Bravo, capable. That means you're really able to do something. Bravo, bravissimo. It's a bit childish maybe, but still everyone likes it. Nuovo, new. Oh, you got a new car. Oh, hai una macchina nuova. How much did you pay that? Quanto l'hai pagata? I would really like a new laptop, un computer nuovo. But yeah, maybe for Christmas. And after Christmas you can say Happy New Year, Felice Anno Nuovo. Alto, tall. My brother is really tall. Mio fratello è molto alto. But it also means high. La mia voce è molto alta. My voice is really high. Maybe. Basso, short. Mario gets mad if you call him short. Mario si arrabbia se lo chiami basso. Basso also means low. So again, my voice is low. La mia voce è bassa. Puoi alzare il volume? È troppo basso, non riesco a sentire. Can you turn up the volume? It's too low, I can't hear anything. Vero? True? Means that something is not false, of course, so non è falso, è vero. But you can also use it as an interjection, so to say yes, yes, if people is talking to you, perché comunque la gente sai come fa. Vero, vero. Because you know people, how they do. Yeah, true, true. That's the way to use that. Aperto, open. È aperto oggi il negozio. Is the shop open today? You can also use to say open-minded, so aperto mentalmente. Chiuso, closed. Is the restaurant closed today? Il ristorante è chiuso oggi. Caro, expensive. Do you want to go to that shop? Vuoi andare in quel negozio? No, it's too expensive. No, è troppo costoso. But also you can use it to say dear, like oh dear, oh caro. Or to say oh poor you, oh caro. Yeah, there are a lot of ways. Depends on your intonation. Economico, cheap. Oh, then let's go to the other shop. Oh, allora andiamo all'altro negozio. Yes, I like that way better, it's so cheap. Sì, lo preferisco molto, è così economico. Difficile, difficult. Sometimes learning a new language can be difficult. Qualche volta imparare una lingua nuova può essere difficile. Maybe more than sometimes, but don't give up. Ma non mollare. We can do that together. Possiamo farcela insieme. Facile, easy. È più facile di quello che sembra. It's easier than it seems. I hope. Like for me, it's really easy to make new friends, but I know that for someone maybe it seems so hard. So yeah, it's easier than it seems. È più facile di quello che sembra. Divertente, fun. I thought the movie was really fun. Penso che il film fosse veramente divertente. I hope this is a fun video for you guys. Spero sia un video divertente per voi ragazzi. Okay guys, that's the end. Thank you for watching me with the top 25 Italian adjectives. See you soon. Ciao ciao. It's not like whoa, it's can I have a high voice?
Ciao a tutti, sono Consuelo. Hi everybody, I'm Consuelo and welcome back to ItalianPod101.com's Italiano in 3 minuti, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Italian. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Italian. We talked about greetings like ciao, buongiorno, buonasera, and so on. Today, we are going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? Using this phrase as opposed to speaking English to someone is important for many reasons. For one, if the person you're speaking to doesn't understand English, at least they'll be able to understand what you're saying. Furthermore, that you've made an effort to learn even a little bit of the language shows a lot of respect on your part. So, for these reasons and many more, we are going to cover this very important phrase. Are you ready? Allora, cominciamo! So, let's start! Now, here's the informal way to say it. Parli inglese? Parli inglese? In this sentence, the verb parlare, to speak, is inflected in the second singular person tu. You can easily recognize it from the ending part of the verb parli. To learn how to properly conjugate are verbs like parlare at the present indicative, please look at our Absolute Beginner series. You can find very detailed grammar lessons if you check upon ItalianPod101.com. But now, let's go back to parli inglese. Inglese is the adjective that means English. When asking the question, do you speak English in a formal situation, you should switch the verb parlare into the third singular person, lei. The result is parla inglese? This sentence could be very helpful if you're in trouble on the streets, in a restaurant, at a hotel. No matter where you are, whenever you need to talk to an English speaker, just ask, parla inglese? Adding scusi, excuse me, the sentence becomes more polite. Scusi, parla inglese? Scusi, parla inglese? The responses you will receive could be basically one of these three. Sì. Sì. Un po'. Un po'. No, non parlo inglese. No, non parlo inglese. Since this last one is a negative statement, we should say non before the verb. With io, Italian for I, the verb changes into parlo. That is why I do not speak is non parlo. Non parlo. Now it's time for Consuelo's tips. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Italians study other European languages at school, so maybe you get lucky. Just substitute inglese with francese for French, spagnolo for Spanish, and tedesco for German. In today's lesson, we mentioned scusi. In the next lesson, we'll learn these and other ways to apologize in Italian. It's never too late to show your good manners with Italian people. I'll see you in our next Italiano in 3 minuti lesson. Ciao, alla prossima lezione!
In this video, you learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Italian. Hi everybody, my name is Felice. Welcome to the 800 Core Italian Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Italian. But there is a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So, after you have learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at ItalianPod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example synthesis, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Italian. Okay, let's get started. First is buongiorno. Hello. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Hello. Buongiorno, mi chiamo Paola Rossi. Hello, my name is Paola Rossi. Buongiorno, mi chiamo Paola Rossi. Mi scusi, Excuse me. Mi scusi. Mi scusi. Excuse me. Mi scusi, questo dovrebbe essere il mio posto. Excuse me, this is supposed to be my seat. Mi scusi, questo dovrebbe essere il mio posto. Mi dispiace. I'm sorry. Mi dispiace. Mi dispiace. I'm sorry. Mi dispiace, ma non posso venire. I'm sorry, but I can't come. Mi dispiace, ma non posso venire. Buonanotte. Good night. Buonanotte. Buonanotte. Good night. Buonanotte e sogni d'oro. Good night and sweet dreams. Buonanotte e sogni d'oro. Piacere di conoscerti. Nice to meet you. Piacere di conoscerti. Piacere di conoscerti. Nice to meet you. Piacere di conoscerti. Mi chiamo John. Nice to meet you. My name is John. Piacere di conoscerti. Mi chiamo John. Come stai? How are you? Come stai? Come stai? How are you? Ciao Mary, come stai? Hi Mary, how are you doing? Ciao Mary, come stai? Sì. Yes. Sì. Sì. Yes. Sì, è buonissimo. Yes, it's very good. Sì, è buonissimo. No. 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 No, non ho domande. No, I don't have any questions. No, non ho domande. Grazie. Thank you. Grazie. Grazie. Thank you. Grazie dell'informazione. Thank you for the information. Grazie dell'informazione. Sono. 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 Sono Sara, piacere. I'm Sara, nice to meet you. Sono Sara, piacere. Arrivederci. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Arrivederci. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Torni presto. Goodbye. Come back soon. Arrivederci. Torni presto. Cattivo. Bad. Cattivo. Cattivo. Bad. Quell'uomo è cattivo e litiga con tutti. That man is bad and argues with everyone. Quell'uomo è cattivo e litiga con tutti. Buono. Good. Buono. Buono. Good. Maria è buona e gentile con tutti. Maria is good and kind to everyone. Maria è buona e gentile con tutti. Bella. Pretty. Bella. Bella. Pretty. La sposa è molto bella. The bride is very pretty. La sposa è molto bella. Brutto. Ugly. Brutto. Brutto. Ugly. Brutta faccia. Ugly face. Brutta faccia. Facile. Easy. Facile. Facile. Easy. È più facile di quello che sembra. It's easier than it seems. È più facile di quello che sembra. Difficile. Difficult. Difficile. Difficile. Difficult. L'inglese è difficile. English is difficult. L'inglese è difficile. Vicino. Near. Vicino. Vicino. Near. Vivo vicino all'università. I live near the university. Vivo vicino all'università. Lontano. Far. Lontano. Lontano. Far. Vivo lontano dall'università. I live far from the university. Vivo lontano dall'università. Piccolo. Small. Piccolo. Piccolo. Small. Molto piccolo. Very small. Molto piccolo. Remember, The goal of this series is to build a vocabulary of the 800 most common words and phrases in Italian. If that sounds like a lot, don't worry, we can help you. Click the link in the description to access the full list. You also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources at italianpod101.com. See you next time! A presto!
Hi guys, I'm Desiree and today we're gonna do the top 25 Italian phrases that means useful words in Italian. Ciao! Hello! Ciao is the first word and it's a really useful word because you can use that to your friends to say ciao, ciao, but not to people that you don't really know. Buongiorno. Good morning. Buongiorno, that means good morning, and you can use it with friends or even with people that you don't know. So, buongiorno, buongiorno. And people can even answer to you back, ciao, that it's okay, but use buongiorno with everyone and you will be safe. Buonanotte, good night. Buonanotte, so good night. You can use it, of course, in the night, but it's a word that we don't really use to people that we don't know, so it's like ciao. If people say to you ciao to say bye, you can answer buonanotte, but just if you know that they're really going to bed, otherwise it's good evening, so buonasera. Sono Desiree. I'm Desiree. Sono, that means I am. You can use it with your nationality, so I'm Italian, sono italiana, or with your name. I'm Desiree, sono Desiree. Mi chiamo Desiree. My name is Desiree. Mi chiamo Desiree means my name is Desiree, and you can use that to introduce yourself to people that you may know, that you don't know. It's okay, because it's formal and informal at the same time. It's okay. Mi chiamo Desiree. Come ti chiami? What's your name? Come ti chiami? So, what's your name? Mi chiamo Desiree. Tu come ti chiami? Piacere di conoscerti. Nice to meet you. You will always use piacere di conoscerti. Come stai? How are you? Come stai? That means how are you? But it's something that you use with your friends, not really with people that you don't know, because in that case it would be something like come sta? Bene, grazie. E tu? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Bene, grazie. E tu? That means fine, thanks. And you? Per favore. Please. Then we have a really useful word that is per favore, that means please. So you can put it at the end of any phrase and it will give you a nice way of asking. Even if you don't know how to say may or can, just add per favore and it will help you. Grazie. Thank you. And to say thank you, you will say grazie. Grazie. Prego. You're welcome. And to answer you're welcome, you have prego. So if you ask something and add per favore at the end, and then the people will do something, you can say grazie, and the other one will answer prego. Sì. Yes. Sì, that means yes. Of course, it's really useful because vuoi mangiare qualcosa? Would you like something to eat? Sì. Yes. No. No. And if you manage to say no, because it's hard to say no to an Italian offering you some food, then you can say no. That it's the same, Italian and English, no. Va bene. Okay. Then we have va bene, that means okay. So again, when people ask you, do you want this? You can say va bene, so it's okay. Scusi. Excuse me. Scusi, that means excuse me. But to people that you don't really know, so would be like, excuse me, do you know where the station is? Scusa, sai dov'è la stazione? Scusa. I'm sorry. If you know the people you're talking to, you should use scusa, that means I'm sorry. Che ora è? What time is it? Che ora è? That means what time is it? You can use it in a formal or informal way, it's the same, so you can say scusa, che ora è? Or scusi, che ora è? It's the same. Dove è la stazione? Where is the station? When you want to know where some place is, so where is location, you will say dove è la stazione, that is, for example, the station. Posso usare il bagno? May I use the restroom? When you need to ask permission for something, you will use the word posso, that means can I? So in this case, posso usare il bagno? Can I use the toilet? And I would add please, so per favore, and the answer would be yes, sure. Sì, prego. Grazie. Vorrei qualcosa da mangiare. I would like something to eat. When you need something, you can use the word vorrei, that means I would like to. So, vorrei mangiare, I would like to eat. Vorrei bere, I would like to drink. Vorrei dormire, I would like to sleep. We can go on forever, but still, vorrei, and then add the verb that you need. Posso avere il conto? Can I get the check? When you finish to eat and you want to check, you can say, posso avere il conto? That means, can I have the check? And if you want to be more polite, you can say, posso avere il conto, per favore? That means, can I have the check, please? A presto. See you soon. When you say bye to your friends and you don't really know when you're gonna meet them again, you will say a presto. That means, see you soon. A dopo. See you later. If you know that you're gonna meet them later on, you can say a dopo. That means, see you later. Dove posso mangiare la pizza? That means, where can I eat a pizza? If you really want to know where you can eat a good pizza, you can add buon, that means good. So it will be, dove posso mangiare una buona pizza? Of course, you cannot use pizza, but another type of food that you really want to eat, and that would be maybe lasagna or maybe gelato. So you can say, dove posso mangiare un buon gelato? Or, dove posso mangiare una buona lasagna? We learned how to ask, how are you? And to answer, I'm fine, thanks. But what about if you're not really fine? So you can say così così, that means more or less, or male, that means bad, really bad. Guys, that's it for today. We finished the top 25 Italian phrases. And which one was your favorite one? Mine is così così, that if you remember means not so well. But anyway, remember to subscribe. Bye bye. Ci vediamo. People, what's that? Hey, to introduce. It's hard to explain.
Ciao a tutti, sono Consuelo. Hi everybody, I'm Consuelo. Welcome back to ItalianPod101.com's Italiano in 3 minuti, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Italian. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase Scusi, parla inglese? Excuse me, do you speak English? We mentioned the word scusi, which means excuse me in formal Italian. Today, we are going to learn how to use scusi and other words when apologizing in Italian. Are you ready? Allora, cominciamo! Let's start! We should use scusi in formal Italian, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, scusi, un caffè per favore. Scusi, un caffè per favore. We can also use it when asking a question. Scusi, dov'è il Colosseo? Scusi, dov'è il Colosseo? Sometimes we also hear people say mi scusi, which actually has the same meaning. We always use this phrase in formal speech. The informal way to say excuse me is scusa. Scusa. We can use scusa when asking a friend or a relative a question. For example, scusa, che ore sono? Scusa, che ore sono? Or when apologizing. Scusa, sono in ritardo. Scusa, sono in ritardo. Instead of scusa, we can also say scusami, which has the same meaning. Besides scusi and scusa, if we want to apologize for something, we may use mi dispiace, Italian for I am sorry. in both formal and informal situations. Someone might tell us mi dispiace in a formal situation. For example, the waiter of a restaurant could say mi dispiace ma I calamari sono finiti. Mi dispiace ma I calamari sono finiti. Or, in an informal situation, when you need to apologize to a friend, you could say mi dispiace per ieri. Mi dispiace per ieri. Now it's time for Consuelo's tips. Please remember that in Italy, if you accidentally bump into someone, we don't say I am sorry, mi dispiace. Instead, we say scusi, excuse me. My last tip for today is this. When you want to apologize in a deeper, more heartfelt way, you can add the adverb molto or tanto next to mi dispiace, saying mi dispiace molto or mi dispiace tanto. Hey guys, please tell me, are you able to count in Italian? What is the name of our lessons? Italiano in 3 minuti. You see, you already know a number. 3. In the next lesson, we will learn the numbers in Italian from 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1, via! 3, 2, 1, go! We'll be waiting for you in our next Italiano in 3 minuti lesson. Ciao! Alla prossima lezione!
Hi guys, here we are today with the top 25 Italian verbs. Let's go see them. Essere, to be or not to be one. Essere is just the plain form that we're gonna change for every person that we use. So in the case of me, I can say io sono Desiree. It means I am Desiree, but the verb is still essere, to be. Avere, to have. Avere means to have, but be careful because in Italian it's not the same as in English. So for example, to say I am 20 years old, you don't say essere, so you don't use to be, but you say I have 20 years old. Io ho 20 anni. Fare, to do. Basically, fare, it's a general verb. Like you can use it with a lot of things. We have the specific verbs, but if you go with fare, it's safe. You can use it anytime. Fare a cake, fare a discussion, everything it's fare. Dire, to say. About dire, there's a fun phrase that we use, or maybe our grandmas, anyway, and it goes like, tra il dire e il fare c'è di mezzo il mare. That means from saying to doing, there's the sea in between. So the meaning is, it's not so easy to go from saying to doing things. Potere, can. Potere means can, and it's really useful because you can use it to ask permission. So, posso usare il bagno? Can I use the bathroom? Potere as a verb means can, but potere with the article before, that is il potere, means the power. Puoi passarmi lo zucchero, per favore? Means, can you pass me the sugar, please? Sugar, because I like sweet things. Volere, want. Volere means want, but it's kind of a strong way to say things. So if you want to say, I would like to, it's vorrei. There's a famous phrase with volere that it's volere e potere, and it means if you really want to do something, you can do it. You can manage somehow. Sapere, to know. When you're wrong and you tell people that you know that you're wrong, somehow they're happier. So if you're in Italy and you're late, and it always happens, to me at least, you can say, I know I'm late. Lo so di essere in ritardo. And that will calm things. Like people will be like, okay, ti aspetto. Okay, I'm waiting. But anyway, for us, it's kind of normal to be late, so don't worry too much if you're late. Stare, to stay. And you can use it with a location or with a condition. Do you want to go out tonight? Vuoi uscire stasera? You can say, no, I'm staying home. No, sto a casa. But it can also mean a condition. So if people ask you, hey, how are you? Come stai? Sto male means I'm not good. I feel sick. Also, you can use that to say that you are doing something. You're in the process of doing something. Sto studiando. I'm studying now. Something that's right now. Dovere. Must. So if you have to work or if you have to do homework and people ask you, hey, again, do you want to go out tonight? No, I can't. Devo studiare. Devo lavorare. I have to study. I have to work. Prendere. To take. Prendere means to take. You can take a bus, quindi prendere un pullman, take the underground, prendere la metro. Be careful because we don't use prendere, for example, with a bath or a shower. We don't take a shower, but we do a shower, so fare una doccia. Vedere, to see. Vedere means to see, and it's something that you can see, that you can spot. But you can also use it as meeting, like, che cosa fai stasera? What are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm seeing my mother. Oh, vedo mia mamma. That means I'm gonna meet her, probably have dinner together, but it's something planned. It's something that I know already I'm gonna do. Andare, to go. So in case you really, really want to go to the sea, you can say, voglio andare al mare, vieni con me. I want to go to the sea. Do you want to come with me? In my case, it would be, I would really like to go to Australia. Do you want to come with me? Voglio veramente andare in Australia. Vuoi venire con me? Venire, to come. In fact, venire means to come. And when you invite someone, you can say, do you want to come tonight? Vuoi venire stasera? Dare, to give. Can you give me some advice, please? Puoi darmi un consiglio, per favore? Or when a baby is crying and you're like, here, look what I'm giving you. So, guarda cosa ti do. That's a way of giving. Parlare, to talk. We don't have the verb to speak, so we use parlare for both of them. I'm talking to you, sto parlando con te, or I speak Japanese, io parlo giapponese. Agli italiani piace parlare molto. Italians like to talk a lot. Can you say that? Trovare, to find. Trovare, that means to find. So you can say something like, I find this book really interesting. Trovo questo libro molto interessante. Or, I can't find my pen anymore. Non trovo più la mia penna. Or, to me, I never find my passport anymore in front of the check-in gates. And I'm like, can you please help me? And then I find it again. So, yes, ho trovato il passaporto. Sentire, to hear. Like, I can hear people screaming. Sento gente urlare. But it's not the same as saying listening to music, for example. That would be ascoltare la musica. Lasciare, to leave. Leave a comment. So, lasciare un commento. Also, there are some teenagers that say a lot of time, lasciatemi il mio spazio. That means leave my space. Guardare, to look. Guardare, that means to look. And it would be like, hey, look at me while I'm talking to you. So, guardami mentre parlo. Or, can you have a look at this? Puoi guardare un attimo questo? Like if you want to ask for some advice. Or even maybe watching television, we would say guardare la televisione. Or even a movie, guardare un film. Like, I really like to watch horror movies, so io guardo film horror. Mettere, to put. Mettere, that means to put, so you can put your bag on the table, puoi mettere la tua borsa sul tavolo, or can you put away those games, please? Puoi mettere via quei giochi, per favore? Pensare, to think. I think that horror movie wasn't scaring at all. Penso che quel film non fosse spaventoso per niente. Or, I think you can do better. Penso che tu possa fare di meglio. Passare, to pass. Passare, that means to pass. So, can you please pass me the salt? Puoi passarmi il sale, per favore? Or, oh, I passed the exam. Ho passato l'esame. Credere, to believe. Credere, that means to believe. But in Italian, we don't use that much to believe, like, oh, I believe I can do that. Of course, you can say it and people will understand you, but that's more, I think I can do it. So, penso di farcela more than credo di farcela. Believe, so credere, is more about a religious meaning. Portare, to bring. Portare, that means to bring. So, if I'm inviting you to my party tonight and I ask you, can you bring the wine? Puoi portare il vino? Bring the gelato. Bring the ice cream. Mangiare, to eat. Mangiare, that means to eat. So you can't go to Italy and not eat anything. So you need to know this verb. Yeah, that's it for the top 25 Italian verbs. Remember to subscribe and see you soon!
Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. Save them to the word bank, your personal vocabulary collection, where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow, and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools.